It was supposed to be a day of celebration, a day that marked the years we had shared together. But instead, it became a reminder of everything that was wrong. The letter I left her on our anniversary wasn't filled with love. It wasn't a declaration of joy or even a simple gesture of affection. It was my goodbye. It was the moment I chose to walk away in silence, but not without leaving something behind that she would never forget. The roses, the words, the quiet devastation. It was all I could give her now, after everything she had taken from me. We had been married for 7 years, and for the first few, it felt like we were living in a dream. Every morning, I woke up next to her, and we talked about everything. We laughed, we planned, we built our life together. I thought we had it all, the perfect house, the perfect life, the perfect marriage. But somewhere along the way, things changed. She changed, or maybe it was me. Maybe I wasn't paying attention, too caught up in my own routines, my work, my life. It didn't happen overnight. It was gradual, little things at first, a late night at work, a few missed calls, a sudden distance between us. But I didn't want to believe it. I didn't want to believe that the woman I loved could be the same woman who could break my heart so completely. I kept giving excuses, telling myself she was just stressed. Or maybe I wasn't doing enough. I tried harder, but the distance only grew. And then, one day, I found out the truth. I still remember how my heart stopped when I saw the message on her phone. It wasn't just a random text. It was an entire conversation, a conversation that shattered everything. She was cheating on me. For months, she had been seeing someone else. I don't know what hurt more, finding out she had been lying to me or realizing that she had never once felt the need to confess. She had taken everything for granted, our home, our life, our love, but I was done. I had given her everything, and now I had nothing left to give. I didn't yell. I didn't confront her. I didn't demand answers. I simply walked away. But this wasn't some angry departure filled with bitterness or rage. No, I wanted her to feel something, to realize what she had done. I wanted her to understand the weight of her betrayal. So I left her a letter. I sat down at the kitchen table, wrote it in a few quiet moments, and then I placed it carefully next to the roses I had bought for our anniversary. It wasn't a typical I love you letter. It wasn't filled with the usual anniversary cliches. It was a farewell letter, a goodbye. The letter was simple, honest, raw. I know I've always loved you. I've always done everything I could to make you happy, but I can't keep pretending. I can't keep living a lie. The truth is, I've watched you slip away, and I've tried to hold on, but you've let go. You've chosen him, and now I'm choosing me. I'm walking away not because I want to, but because I have to. I can't be here anymore, waiting for you to come back to me. I've waited long enough. I'm letting you go, and I'm letting us go. It wasn't a letter I ever thought I'd write. I never imagined it would end this way. But I couldn't ignore the truth anymore. I wasn't going to beg her to stay. I wasn't going to plead for her love. The roses were a final touch, a symbol of what could have been, of what we had once shared. I thought maybe, just maybe, she'd realize how much I had cared, how much I still cared, even after everything. But this wasn't about her. It was about me finally breaking free. I left the letter and the roses on the table, and I walked out of the house without a second glance. As I drove away, I couldn't shake the feeling of finality. But what I didn't expect was her reaction. The call came a few hours later, just as I was sitting in my car, parked by a quiet lake, trying to gather my thoughts. It was her voice, shaky, desperate. She had found the letter. She was crying, saying my name over and over again, asking why I hadn't said anything before. She didn't understand why I was leaving. She didn't get why it had to end this way. But it was too late for explanations. I couldn't talk to her. I couldn't listen to her. The damage had been done, and nothing she could say would fix it. She had already chosen him. She had already made her decision long before I found out. I didn't pick up. I just sat there, staring at the lake, letting the silence wash over me. I didn't want to hear her apologies. I didn't need her to beg me to stay. It was over. The next few days were a blur. She called constantly, texted me, tried to reach out in every way she could, but I stayed silent. I didn't respond. I didn't want to drag this out. I didn't want to reopen old wounds. Eventually, she showed up at my door, standing there, tears streaming down her face, holding the roses I had left for her. She looked at me, her eyes full of regret, full of sorrow. But it was too late. The woman I had loved was gone. The woman who had betrayed me was standing in front of me, and all I could feel was a cold, empty space where love used to be. "I'm sorry," she whispered, her voice barely audible. I didn't say anything. I couldn't. My heart was already gone, and it would never come back. I don't know if she ever truly understood the weight of what she did. I don't know if she ever fully grasped why I walked away the way I did. But in the end, it wasn't about her understanding. It was about me. It was about finally taking control of my life, even when it felt like I was losing everything. The letter, the roses, they were the final pieces of our story, a story that was now over, a story I couldn't rewrite, a chapter I had to close. And as I drove away from that house, I knew that, for the first time in a long time, I was free. Have you ever been in a situation where someone you loved betrayed you? How did you handle it? Let me know in the comments below. Ask ChatGPT.